Okay, so just as a premise, one one person's character needs to be played. Otherwise, we don't have an adventure tonight.
Oh,
Oh, Anthony, you will be playing Gron.
Oh, okay. What
Yeah.
what is the date?
The current date is December 7th of
All right.
2011.
I will need to make a blacksmithing roll
Okay.
of 20 what?
2011 RS.
Yeah, so on November 30th I began remaking my hammer and it was 50 hours. So oh wait, maybe not. No, I'm not yet. Not yet. Or wait. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes. That's 3 days. 4 days. 8 hours a day, so it's a week, a little over a week. So let me. What is armor augment level 5? Is that something new you added to character sheets?
Is it on a character sheet?
Yeah. On my skills tab, under my skills, spells, and check modifier.
Something might have happened. That is level 5. That, did you make armor?
No, I bought armor.
I might have been testing out stuff and dragged and dropped to make sure
I just
go
didn't
up or
know.
not.
So
So,
what is that?
I think I was doing it if people if you make your own armor, you have a chance possibly to increase the armor rating
Okay.
under the crafting rules. That's probably
So
what
I
that
should just
is.
turn that off or drag it off.
Just click and delete.
Okay. So I am non-stressed. Is that the only thing I need to click? Oh, extra time. Where's All right, I lost track of where extra time is. Oh, it's up above it. So quintuple time, non-stress. That's what I need to do, right?
Yes.
I just need to make sure it's blacksmithing, but I think it is.
Yeah, the armor augment I did just finally figure out what it was. It is a ability of the sword mage. So I was creating stuff for that occupation testing.
Testing it. All right, so here I guess is the roll.
Okay, so beat it by that much. And this was you're making that armor?
A hammer.
Hammer. Second attack.
Yeah, I used it as half of the resources, and then you said that you could use the flog one for half the resources.
Okay, so for a blunt weapon, a dwarf. What were you going for?
Probably to hit and I won't parry with it, so mostly just strike.
Okay. So you get a +2 strike. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
+2 to strike and get 1. Two to strike, 4 to damage.
Okay. So that would be for hand to hand only, right?
Correct.
So if I go to the H blunt hammer, I just right click, edit it. Is base attack where I put strike?
I believe it's the top.
Yeah, the first line is base attack, and then underneath of it's damage.
Oh, why is it not a search? So if you go to weapons, hand to hand, blunt, and for the blunt hammer, yeah, up at base attack, that's where you put your strike.
So that would be I put a +2, right?
You can just put 2.
Okay. And then can I do for damage a mathematical equation where I put 1d8 +4 +4?
You can try. If that
That way,
doesn't work, then you can just make it a +8, and then under notes, write down both that it is I would write mundane +2 strike +4 parry.
parry or damage?
Sorry, damage.
All right, so I put Dwarven Exceptional Weapon +2 strike +4 damage. I put a 2 on base attack, and then I'm going to try the +4 +4.
It looks like it worked.
Well, except for one is from my strength. Okay, I was like, except I was like, where'd the extra one come from? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other bookkeeping before we get started? You guys keep. Quick, I'm going to go around and ask armor rating for everybody. And tell me what character you would be interested in playing for a non-Thunderspire adventure. So, Aaron?
Alessandria. It's my only other character.
Okay, and your armor rating?
trying to find it on the character sheet. AR8.
Okay. Gron.
Sorry. Combat tab. $14.
And then Joe, who are you playing?
I'm playing Flynn,
Okay.
and he is AR at 9.
Okay. And then Peter would be Katunk.
Mm-hmm. AR8.
I think until Bob shows up, if when, that is the party. So, it is, as I said previously, it is December the 7th. And Gron, being a cleric Fozas, sure I have info. Cool. Let's move everybody to Fallcrest. Where are you starting?
Is there a legend or a key to this?
Yes, there is. I know I emailed it at some point, but that might have been started. After the game, I can then.
I think I found the folder in journal entries. Fallcrest, map places.
That doesn't have the.
This should be called like Fallcrest Legend.
Okay, just send it to me afterwards.
Okay, I thought so. So if you look at 10 up on the upper part of the city to the north,
Mm-hmm.
that triangle-ish shape building is the House of the Sun. Within that is a large temple complex that has it is basically the center of worship for the House of the Sun, or is the House of the Sun. The main temple there is dedicated to Re, the sun god. It also has two smaller shrines to Fozas and Zar. And as Gron, between adventures and stuff, has been going there, and the priest of Ray, a dwarf by the name of Grundelmar, you've talked a little bit and about kind of restoring the shrine, basically both in the House of the Sun and at the Temple of Pastian. Each of them have various deities associated with them, but when Fallcrest was ransacked and kind of under siege. A lot of people fled. There were a lot of death, and certain aspects of the deity, or certain clergy of the deity, were no longer present in the city. So the priest of Palladium started taking care of the deity, the minor shrines, as well as the major temple to Palladium, and that is at 13, which is very close by. And then 10 was the Temple of the Sun, which Grundlemar had started to, or he has been, not started to, he has been taking care of those three deities. But Gron has kind of taken over the Fozas aspect, which is perfectly acceptable to Grundlemar. Having Fallcrest get as big as it was is kind of a goal of everybody in town, unless they wish Fallcrest to fall. Grundlemar mentions to you, as he sees you making your weapon, crafting it, and tells you, do you know about Hammerfest? Fast.
I do not.
So Hammerfast is a town at the easternmost area of Nentir Vale. Oh, I will move us all back over to the Nentir Vale. If you look all the way to the east in the middle, right on the edge of the Dawnforge Mountains, is the town of Hammerfast. Hammerfast was, before the Bloodspear orcs came in mass and basically ran rampant over the Nentir Vale. Hammerfast was a Dwarven fort that was built next to a necropolis. That is where Dwarven aristocracy and nobility had been buried. When the Bloodspear orcs had came into the Nentir Vale, a lot of refugees from Fallcrest had made their way to Hammerfast as a hoping that it would provide some safety. And it sorta did. But during that time, the clergy of Fozas had transferred the Anvil of Smithing to Hammerfast until the time that the Shrine of Fozas could be restored to its former glory. So in order to fully bring upon the blessings of Fozas back to Fallcrest, it would be needed to bring the anvil back.
So the temple, or Fallcrest Shrine to Fozas, safeguarded their anvil in Hammerfest.
Correct.
So we just need to go to Hammerfest and request it to be returned.
Correct. He's watched you. While he is not a clergy member of Fozas, he knows enough to see that you are, the rituals you perform and everything as a cleric of Fozas. He sees that you are actually, doing justice to the shrine so far and help improve it, possibly bring more clergy of Fozas into Fallcrest, having the crafting deity take special kind interest to Fallcrest would be beneficial to everyone.
Economically and socially and spiritually.
Yes. No, knowing that that's where it's at, then yes, I think I should go and see if they are ready to return it.
So some, maybe, no, none, never mind. None of these characters have been to Thunderspire, but Thunderspire, just to get to the mountain, is about 2 days. The travel from Fallcrest to Hammerfest should take about 6 days, although various people in town, especially the merchants and stuff, would recommend staying at the 5 League house, which is the 5th day. So the 5 days away from Fallcrest, you could stay there. That's a nice, safe place for the night. And then your last day should get you from there to Hammerfast.
Okay. Right.
And the 5 League house also should be able to. They usually get supplies and stuff from Hammerfast and the nearby area, so would have provisions for those. Have trouble carrying lots of days worth of provisions.
Well, if
It cuts down a day.
If we're gonna bring an anvil back, we're gonna probably need to either rent or buy a wagon and horse, right?
True.
I'm also no longer the quickest, but I'm gonna need to buy some provisions too.
If we're gonna do this trip, it might be a good idea maybe to rent, borrow, whatever, a pack mule to carry rations and stuff on.
Yeah. Might be a good idea.
So if you want a wagon, just the wagon itself is 500 solidi.
How much for just a mule?
More. 600 for a mule.
Is that to rent or to buy?
To buy.
Just want to borrow the damn thing. I don't want to eat it.
So, would I know if
Horses and mules and donkeys are way too valuable to rent out. People just steal them.
would I know if we had a pack mule, if it could carry the anvil, or do I need a wagon?
The amount of weight would be very more of unwieldy, not necessarily that the horse couldn't or the mule couldn't carry it, just that it was very difficult to balance it properly.
there any merchants, traders that are going towards Hammerfest or towards Thunderspire that we could make a little extra money, guarding a convoy or caravan or something?
The trade road from Thunderspire to Fallcrest is one of the safest places. There isn't a lot of. Now, from Thunderspire to Hammerfast is a different story.
So,
And also a reason why the 5 League House is recommended as a place to stop, as some defensive capability.
so I don't really have a skill for this, so I don't know what I would do for it. But I was thinking of going around to anybody I know who's a merchant who worships Fozas that I see at services or whatever, and just basically explaining that I'm going to bring the anvil back, but I need a cart or a horse or an oxen. I'm willing to buy such things, but I'm one person. I don't necessarily have the means to buy it all, and see if I can get any donations to help.
Give me 4d6 versus your MA.
Oh, well, I guess theoretically that's possible. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to do that.
Real quick, is it okay for me to go ahead and buy provision?
Yeah, if you're just gonna buy normal stuff in the book, that's fine.
So attribute
And
check, MA, and difficulty is 4d6.
Yes.
And how do I roll that?
There's a
Oh, it's at the top. Nope.
You had a couple of good. Your first 2 dice were decent.
Yeah. Well, it was a hard roll anyways.
Yeah.
2s on all the dice and I failed.
Oh, wow.
Man, that's a lot of money. But I guess. All right, I'm going to buy an oxen, a pack oxen, and a cart, I guess.
Okay.
It's a lot of money. It's a wagon. Do I need to know any information about it?
Nope.
Is there like a maximum wage for?
Just reason. So 900.
Oh, I thought you said the wagon was 400.
Wagons. 500.
500, yeah.
Jesus. Maybe I don't. Hold on a second. I gotta double check. Nah, I can do it. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So, can I assume you're asking around for people to help you? Possibly
Yeah,
previous companions in adventuring?
I will have let people know that they're welcome to travel with me for this. That it is a benefit to the town, and that the Temple of Fozas will look kindly upon them.
So, like I said, if there's just basic stuff in town you want to buy, you don't need to go through me. Just use the prices in the book, and won't worry about having to do all of that stuff.
Squeak.
So that buying that, doing that, you would be leaving on the 8th then? Cool.
Where would I find the cost of ammo?
What kind of ammo?
Weapons.
Page 76.
To answer your question, a crossbow bolts is what I'm looking for.
15s per dozen.
So that's 15 solidari, 15 copper, basically.
Yeah.
15 solidi per dozen. And like I said before, your characters live around here, so you have in your within your having a couple of change of clothing, you have winter clothes. It has not snowed yet, but the days and nights can get pretty chilly. It's basically unless the weather suddenly changes like it did in the winter in the middle of summer, you usually don't have to worry about stuff like that. But for those, weather conditions might have greater meaning, or if it's just even with your stuff or cold. But you should be appropriately outfitted with clothing, so don't worry about that. And on the morning of the 8th, head out of Fallcrest.
Just wanting to make sure. I know some of the people have newer characters. Does anybody need help buying enough food? Because you got to remember your size. Like for a medium creature, it's 5 times the number of days.
Supposed to last.
Once per day?
You eat so many pounds of food a day. It requires that a medium-sized person eat 5 pounds of food a day.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a lot more food then.
Yep.
The rations are by pound, and then you have to look at your race to see what it is. I just know medium is 5 pounds for food, and it's 3 liters for water.
So the first 2 days go rather quietly as you get closer to Thunderspire. You see the lone mountain jutting up out of the plains area. There's a few foothills to the south of the trade road. But all in all, it's a pretty flat plains type area. The occasional tree. And then you can continue after that to further east than I think any character has ever been since we started. I think you've been all the way up to Krazak Tor, the Thunderspire, but had not been farther. So the first day after Thunderspire, you kind of get a lot of the same very boring scenery. Off in the northern distance, you can kind of see where the land starts kind of turning into hills, but that's quite far distant. And then on the next couple of days,
Do we stop in Thunderspire?
no, Thunderspire, that's just the base of the mountain. To actually get to the town within Thunderspire, you have to travel almost a half a day into the mountain. If you wanted to take the time to do that, yes, that adds another day.
Does anybody want to do that?
Yeah.
I guess not.
So then
Sorry,
you
to
can
do what?
Stop into Thunderspire.
I don't see a point in it.
I do not want to go in there. No.
Okay.
and then every character is in Thunderspire.
Well, I heard they had good deals on weapons and stuff. I'll be right back, Lehman.
Okay. So the next 3 days also after that, so on the fifth the night evening of the 5th day, you do get to what you had been told was 5 League House. And it is a pretty large 2-story stone building with shingled roof that has a wooden palisade around a quite large area. So as you are approaching it up in a tower, you notice an Urson kind of looking over you, and he gives kind of a signal, and a big gate opens to allow you into the area.
Okay. I go where directed.
Okay. So as you go in, you notice that there is quite a large place for you to stables for your ox, a place to put your wagon. You do see a couple of the stable pens have horses, mules, oxen, a couple of other wagons for people that were traveling between Hammerfast and Thunderspire, and a quite, like I said, large stone inn called the 5 League Inn, which is strange because you've been hearing that it's the 5 League House. But it is more appropriately an inn. It's just outside of a certain area. It's known as the 5 League House. And the stables would be 5 solidi for your oxen and for the wagon, and it would be 2 solidi for a meal and drink if you wish it, and for accommodations over a night would be 3 solidi.
So is it 5 for the ox and the wagon, or total?
For the ox and the wagon, total is 5.
Do you need a salt chip in?
No.
And you did going back just a little bit, it doesn't change anything, but most of these characters have gone west and not east out of Fallcrest. Going west out of Fallcrest, there is a toll bridge that you have to pay to go either way. Going east out of the city, there is not.
Okay. So we traveled for 5 days, correct? So that'd be 25 units, or well, it's 5 days worth of food.
Yes.
And since I have a wagon, I brought my 2 small kegs of water. So
Okay.
that's like 40 liters of water.
How much water do you need?
As a medium character, you need 3 liters a day.
I'm back.
So you got to the 5 League House, which at that spot is known as the 5 League Inn. It is a two-story stone inn with a shingled roof that has a wooden palisade, quite decent amount, not just the inn, but a pretty decent amount of land around it, surrounded by this wooden palisade. If you wish to eat, that is what I say, 2 solidi and 3 solidi for accommodations for the night.
Yeah. Hey, Gron.
Yeah.
I'm willing to stay with the wagon. I'll sleep in the wagon if you'd let me.
I mean, as long as they don't have an issue with it, I wouldn't want to infringe upon their, reputation, whatever. So if they have no qualms about you staying in the wagon, that's fine.
It won't take up any more space, so they don't care. Because you paid to have your wagon sit there.
But I will take the food.
And just so people are aware, we had 40 liters of water. A water skin is 1 liter. You need to drink roughly 3 of them per day if you're medium. So I had extra water people could be drinking from, and we could have refilled it at maybe streams and stuff if we found them.
And here at the 5 League Inn is also a well that you can get fresh water from.
Can you pick up a jug instead of a water skin, or is that kind of unwieldy?
They're open. Well, most of those are like.
You could do it if, I would say you would need a backpack to carry it in, where a water skin would have a strap that you can fling over.
It would also be fragile.
Yeah, I'm just looking at How many water skins do I need to be buying?
For this trip, 1. I have 2 kegs that you can refill your water skin from.
Okay, thank you. I'll probably pick up 2 just to be on the safe side.
Gron is the character I have apparently the most detailed notes on food. Mostly because he's small, but he eats like a medium person.
Right. The dwarves have a lot of those. This acts like a large, this acts like a medium, what acts
Right.
small. So then the next morning, if you wish to eat before you leave, they have a common meal in the morning for 2 solidi. Not required, just an option. And then you
It'll save my rations.
can head off to Hammerfest.
When we talk about Hammerfest and stuff like that at the tables and stuff, do people see well disposed towards it, or?
Yes, Hammerfest is it's considered a well, but interestingly maintained town. Being built as a fort on the side of a necropolis. But
So-
it's ran mostly by dwarves. That's the species. There are occasional others.
So necropolis, as in city of undead.
It's a city of the dead where ghosts are citizens.
But they're not necessarily good, bad, or other.
They're just considered citizens,
They're
as if they
just
were alive.
dead citizens. Okay.
Not the
I just
not
didn't
skeletons or zombies or anything like that.
I just didn't know if it the out of character what the general feel of say this town was of ghosts is. You go there and they kill you, or if you can go there and you can talk to them, they're just dead.
They do, like, talking at the 5 League House, they would tell you that there are have a little more information than what Grundlemar had. Grundlemar had never been there; he just knows what had happened in Anvil. So, being in the 5 League, choosing to stay in the 5 League House, talking with patrons there, you do. I did forget to mention a quite large Urson by the name of Barton is the proprietor of the 5 Inn. And his family of Urson kind of run it. One of his sons, the one that was up at the tower. But there are kind of 3 main points to remember when in Hammerfast. One is that Hammerfast is a town where the living dwell with the dead. Many of the buildings were originally tombs and sepulchres, crypts, things like that have been cleared of rubble and refurbished to serve as homes and businesses. So that's kind of the first major point. The second major point is, since the dead have, as ghosts, have re-inhabited Hammerfast, they are considered citizens, and any tomb that is still sealed must remain sealed. Opening or trying to do treasure hunting or delving into tombs is punishable by death.
Okay.
And the third thing is known as the compact. Basically, what had happened is, I said, the Bloodspear orcs had overrun pretty much anything that you see north of the King's Road and the Trade Road on this map was overran by the Bloodspears. A lot of refugees fled to Hammerfast, which made it so that the fort itself could not handle all of the refugees. So the refugees started inhabiting the necropolis, which originally was just tombs, crypt sepulchres of the Dwarven dead, and was not inhabited by ghosts. The dwarfs, their main deity is Fozas, and the Bloodspear orcs worshipped an aspect of the god Re, known as Rhea, the Burning Eye. Basically, all of the bad things associated with the sun. Super hot heat, overwhelming, just kind of the primal nature of sun. And when the Blood Spears attacked Hammerfast, they were able to breach the town's, the fort and the necropolis's walls, but their leader perished. But he brought down a curse. And the only way for the curse to be stopped was by invoking the god of the dead, Hanubai. And basically, Hanubai put a peace within Hammerfast that the dwarves who followed Fozas could keep the city. But since the orcs, their goal was to take over Hammerfast, as a compromise, Bloodspear orcs are allowed to pilgrimage to Hammerfast, and as long as they do not shed blood, are able to enter peacefully. The temples of Fozas and Rhea are considered sacred ground. And if any fighting starts, then Hanubai, who brokered peace between the other two deities, will basically step away and the peace will be broken, which would disrupt a lot of stuff. There's a lot of trade that goes through, and even the Bloodspear orcs appreciate arms and armor and stuff that comes from and through Hammerfast. So basically, by Hanubai being the one who brokered peace, spirits of the dead now are considered citizens and roam town freely. So as long as the ghosts do not attack the living should not attack the unliving.
Okay.
And the last part of the compact is that any worshiper of Rhea, who is in the town if Hammerfast is ever assaulted by some outside force, they are required to come to its aid. So not just the dwarves, but any orc pilgrims who happen to be in the town will come to town aid. And then there's a whole list that, depending on who you're talking to, they might tell you one thing or another, because a lot of these rules just aren't broken, but there are somewhat different punishments that could be met out for violating the various aspects of the compact.
Okay, I understand, and tell them, well, thank you for the information. Good to know.
But
So
then you,
basically, don't start none, won't be none.
So we move on to Hammerfest.
okay, so the next day is a little more well guarded. You do notice some orcs. They do see that you have at least 3 of you look somewhat formidable in your attire, and elves being known as mystical in nature, some obvious blood spear orcs not attack you, try to impede you, but there are some pilgrims on the road between Five League House and Hammer. I'm going to keep this journal in.
Lehman, while we're at Five League House,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask about, do they know anybody that makes armor in Hammerfast?
It's a city of dwarves who worship the crafting.
Do they have any recommendations?
A dwarf smith is a dwarf smith.
Okay.
So as you approach, you notice that this isn't exactly what it looks like, but it kind of will show you how it looks.
Okay.
Hopefully you all got a black and white sketch.
Yep.
So in the bottom right part, that is what was mainly the fort.
Mhm.
And then the other, like, upside down L shape, what originally was the necropolis, but it has changed since then.
Yeah.
So some parts of the lower right area have some tombs and such buildings in the other area, but that's just kind of a way to show it. So hopefully that push pin appeared on the big map with an Nentir Vale at Hammerfast.
It did, and it does pop up in the.
Yep. So if you click that, you can see what that is. And then we will move you over to the actual Hammerfest. This might be one file.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in.
Oh. Okay. That is not the token for the character I'm using.
Nope.
Mhm.
I just threw on some
Okay.
so that everybody would be, at least be able to see when they first came on. I will.
Wow. That's a big map.
Yes, it is. Bob's not here. I think that should be the rest of you. So yes, that is if you zoom in kind of the middle left area on that road, you can pick out your character. I didn't put any of the walls and stuff because there is no real insides to these, unlike the Thunderspire. So I just wanted to. Everybody can see the whole thing, right? Or do I need to just?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can see it.
So yes, as there's open giant doors along. You have to zoom really far in.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
I'm glad I'm using my medium-sized character rather than one of my small characters.
But as you enter to the north, immediately to the north, you are shuffled over to the taxmen.
Ah.
Not the blue house here.
Yes, that is the tax house. So, the head accountant. No, I have Tharl. Oh, sorry, Anthony. You were told that you would be the person who you would be looking for is Master Artisan Ferelda Blackshield, who is a priest of Fozas.
Could you drop the name in the thing?
I have a stupid question. Isn't Lily Joe's other character? I thought he was playing Flynn.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm switched out to Flynn's token now.
It should have switched. If you don't see it
Yes.
switched, then F5.
Yep. Yeah, I see Flynn instead of. So yeah. Yep.
Thank you for the tip on the F5. I'm reloading now. It's still doing it slowly for me.
Head accountant Talthic Glodready is the head tax collector who assesses what you have. Alessandria to do business in Hammerfast, which means just setting foot in Hammerfast. It is 5 solidi.
Okay.
For Grand,
Hand it over.
45 solidi. He looks you over and is like armor, weapon, minor magic trinket, wagon, and ox.
Holy cow.
Lily and Katunk are also 5 solidi each. Not for both.
Oh, you mean Flynn?
Flynn, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Wow.
So everybody else was 5, and I was 45.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
You have
I don't care.
armor, heavy armor. You have a magical trinket, and you have a wagon and ox.
I'm also a dwarf.
So,
If you're successful, you should have the money.
on the this transaction, is that for an entrance fee to the city,
Basic.
or is it for a certain amount of time, then I need to pay it again?
It is coming into the city. You come into the city from this direction. Really hard to see. Let's see if I can. If you come in from there, or you come in from there, you're going to get taxed.
Good to know.
You can go up here without problem,
Mhm.
because that just is entering Necropolis area.
Well, I can't afford to leave and come back too often, guys.
Right in the middle of the entrance here is a open market.
Yep.
You just have your basic provisions and stuff like that, pretty much the same as in the book.
Well, when I am being taxed heavily, I will ask where I might need to head to find Master Artisan Frelda Blacksheep.
She would be in the Great Forge.
Please, good sir, tell me that's inside these walls.
I'll do there. See where I just
Yeah, I scrolled over. So it's in the Necropolis.
yes.
I thank him.
They do tell you, because he looks and your wagon does have a couple of barrels in it, not very much. He says that the big L-shape buildings here there,
Mm-hmm.
that is a storage warehouse that a lot of merchants will use temporarily put or store things as they're doing things within the town. If you have any problems, here is down below in this fat H looking buildings is the Hall of Justice. Hello, Bob.
What's up?
We're just weaponizing
Hey, Bob.
Hall of Justice. We just
Let me
got
play
that.
with my settings.
Meanwhile, outside the Hall of Justice.
There we go. Hopefully I can hear you through my headphones now.
We can
Okay.
hear you.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
So, Sir Emery, is charged 40 solidi to enter the town of Hammerfast.
Wow.
After a 5-day journey.
After for him, it would only be a 4-day journey. He would be mounted on owl bear.
Mounted on Owlbear, that is indeed true. Well, all right. 40 solidi seems rather high, but fine.
And as basically, if other people want to take quick breaks while I catch Bob up, that is fine. Gron, the dwarf that Sir Emery has adventured with in the past a few times, he is a cleric of the deity Fozas, who is an ally with Sir Emery's deity Zar. And his temple, or his shrine within Fallcrest, had previously been basically taken care of by a priest of Re, the sun god. Basically, there's a couple of priests in town, and they have to care for various deities. So he was happy when Gron Ironhands kind of started taking over the clerical duties within the town, even though he has gone outside to do adventures and such. But he told Gron that when the Blood Spears, the same orcs who had raided Gardmore Abbey, when they had come in mass into the Vale before they were finally driven back and kind of shattered, the priest of Fozas had shuttled away their holy relic, the Anvil of Forging. And Gron just arrived in Hammerfast in order to retrieve the anvil and bring it back. He did end up buying a wagon and an ox. Sir Emery found out and left a couple of days later, but being on owlbear and not a ox speed, ox with a wagon speed, was able to arrive just after Gron, Alessandria, Flynn, and Katunk.
And I got fleeced for 45 solidi.
Yes, and as he looks at you, he says, as you enter, you are directed to the immediately into the entrance of the town is a large building that is the tax building, and the head accountant, what is it, Tathic Galadaretti, the head accountant, is assessing people, and as he looks at you, he says, weapon, heavy armor, major magic, and mount. 40 solidi is your tax.
Very good. Now, is the mount coming inside?
We do have stables provided.
Oh, very good. Then, of course, 40 seems sufficient.
So on this big, huge map of Hammerfast, if you zoom in, you can see Owlbear and Sir Emery tokens.
When I saw Owlbear, Owlbear looked like he was standing outside.
Owlbear and Sir Emery should be both just outside of the
Pretty
bridge.
sure I see me with the rest of the group standing on a wall in the south.
No,
No,
that
to the
is
west.
Katunk.
Mm,
You should be here.
Over to the west, Bob.
that's not me there.
You're underneath your owlbear.
Oh, to me, he's on top.
Maybe there's two of me. I think there are two of me.
Do you see another
There's
you?
On
Yeah,
the
you know,
on the south wall, there was a group of us as well, Lehman.
South wall. Oh, okay. No, that.
We're in the west.
Okay.
Um,
I must
Oh.
have.
Oh yeah, the
Okay, sorry. I must have like copy pasted it, the whole group or something. No, you were way over there. Okay.
And
Oh.
so you know, Sir Emery, fight defensively only, as in defend yourself fine, but don't start any attacks.
yeah, don't start anything here. It all has to be self-defense.
I'll take your word for it.
Do not open anything that is not meant to be opened either. Like if you come across a sarcophagi that's sealed, leave it sealed. Otherwise, they will execute you.
Ghosts have equal rights.
All right.
And as you enter, when you get to the marketplace, you do see a few, not many, but a few ghost merchants selling ghost wares to other ghosts.
Interesting.
Some of the ghosts are talking like with the living, so you might have a living merchant talking with a ghost shopper or vice versa, but the ghosts aren't buying real food and living are not buying ghost.
Not aware there was such a thing as ghost food. You learn something every day, do you not? Imagine the ghost food doesn't look very appetizing, does it?
No, it kind of has a weird see-through bluish outline.
Yep. Seems about right. Well, here we are. Have you found this anvil so we can be on our way?
We have to still head over there. I know where roughly it is.
Oh, very good. Well,
So this building
should carry
here,
on.
this one here, is the stable.
Okay.
All right.
How
Oh,
much to stable things?
You would probably still want to take the wagon into the city to get the anvil,
No, that is very true.
but Albert could get stabled. And that was part of the tax.
All right. Well, I will head towards the long circuitous route to get to Temple of Fozas.
Lehman,
Yes.
on our trip through the town, I'm going to be looking for someone selling armor.
Okay.
I'm interested in reinforced leather.
Any normal stuff that is just out of the book, you can get out for the same price.
Okay,
It won't be anything special, but you can get it.
right.
So, Sir Emery, I was saying at this building here is the stables.
all right. Well, that's all right. Albert, let's get you set up.
So as you take Albert into the stables, you do notice something that is kind of normally horses and Alberts don't necessarily get along, or ursagriffs. There is a pure white horse that is in a stall. The stall is immaculately clean, and they kind of let you stable Albert next to the horse, and the horse just kind of looks over at Albert and looks at you, and doesn't seem to panic or anything, just kind of turns her chin up to you.
Just as a note, I would be picking up some reinforced leather as well.
The risk of making Albert a little jealous, he'll go over there and pat it, give a little bit of attention to the horse to acknowledge it,
Okay.
and then give more attention to Owlbear, and then promise to return shortly.
Okay. I'll just. Oops. Put Owlbear over there. So where there's the blue circle over to the right is where the Great Forge is.
Dangbad.
Hard to see
Yeah.
ping, but
Oh wow. Yeah.
like there.
Oh. Yeah. Way over here. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm thinking.
And
Well,
we're
I
going
guess-
up through the town because, first off, I don't think there's a south entrance in
Oh,
Dallas. Second off, leaving either to the west or the east from this area, we would have to pay a tax to get back in.
It probably reloaded for everybody. I
Yeah.
forgot to do the right distance. And you only move if you really want to, or if you're going to a specific spot. I won't
I just
make
drove up
everybody
over
just
there.
be where they are.
You don't want to do this inch by inch sort of thing?
Nope, not really.
Well, I suppose we should just go straight. Go to this forge straight.
So
forthwith.
as you get as you go north, these at the corners are like towers with dwarves and such. A couple of dwarves in them, not very many. But on the exit of the primary fort before you go into the Acropolis proper, there's a couple of guards standing there, and one of them is an elf, and that's kind of strange for a city of
I'll certainly agree.
dwarves to have a elf.
I'll certainly greet the elf. Is it an elf or is it an elf?
It's an elf.
Walk up. Hell, it's a little bit unusual to see our kind around in a city like this.
Oh, it's not quite often that I see one of ours around here. I am Thara Silverleaf.
I'm Alessandria. It's a pleasure. Do you live here in the city or are you traveling?
I am I am the captain of the gate guard.
Well, good.
And you do notice that she is wearing like all the guards and soldiers and such are, they have their colors, symbols and such, and she is wearing the same they are.
Well, I'm primarily just passing through, but I saw an elf, a fellow elf, and I figured I'd have to greet you.
He says, in the north, in the necropolis there, there are there should be some various groves and trees to make you, if you need to feel more at home, that is fine. Just please do not bring them this way.
Bring the groves this way?
Anything from the groves. And as you look north, you see like those two big patches of trees up here. And she kind of looks at them with her kind of a baleful watch.
I will not disrespect them by moving anything out of them.
It's less the disrespect and more of bringing.
Very well.
So you can continue north. The two sideways or I guess short I's or sideways H's that are red roofs. Those are more warehouses, and you see over the square slab behind the tree is a barracks. You pretty much get the hint of that as the town symbols are located on that. And you kind of pass through, and yes, there's a lot of sealed, like completely sealed up tombs. There's also other tombs that are both being used as houses, as businesses, as inns. There's a few inns around the place and that, and it is kind of you have spent the entire day traveling, so finding a place to rest before you talk with the artisan probably would be appropriate.
Yeah, we can get lodgings. What time of day is it? Do I think that that it would be hard to get an audience today?
Yeah, it's kind of the sun's already set. You kind of have that twilight of still able to see even though the sun's not out. Kind of that. It's in winter also, so even though it's probably like 4:45, it's getting dark.
All right. So we get some rooms for the night.
So you can hitch up here. This place here is the Coach and Pony Inn. The owner is a dwarf Varda gold spinner, and it's a pretty reasonable, comfortable place. It's only one solidi for the night. A meal is one solidi as well there.
Where was this, Lehman? Okay.
What was his name again? I'm sorry.
Her name is Varda Goldspinner.
As a note, I am picking up the reinforced leather, so my armor class is actually going to go up to 12.
Okay.
Mine as well, but I can't figure out how to change it.
I just went to the items tab, grabbed reinforced leather, dragged it onto my character.
Okay.
And then if you had other, be sure to delete the other one so it doesn't mess up.
Okay.
So throughout the entire the streets, there are a lot of trade going on, a lot of ghosts walking around with people. Just if they weren't ghosts, you wouldn't really be able to tell anything was different. They're not, like trying to suck life out of people or anything like that. They're kind of going along their way. Some of them you do seem are kind of maybe not quite all conscious of what things are. They kind of do repeating actions, but for the majority, they do just go along with how things are. All of the ghosts are dwarves, and they will chat with living people. Some of them might, look at you, and especially with two trolls, kind of look up at the trolls with questioning eyes, but nobody in here is like looking to start a fight or anything like that. Even a few Bloodspear orcs you notice within the necropolis are kind of just moving down the street, not trying not to cause anything, but they're all going to this large the area of the south east is a large complex that is set aside for the Bloodspear orcs and their worship, Rhea. So the night passes uneventfully. In the morning, you wake up. Yes, if you want to do any shopping here, it'll be exactly the same as if it was in Thunderspire or Fallcrest. So any base item can be purchased. The Great Forge, the Temple of right here is the Temple of Fozas, an elaborate marble structure with many workshops. See various priests, clerics toiling over various elaborate projects. And there is, as you look inside, are two large anvils being used.
All right, then. Which one of these two is it?
We are going to need to speak with Master Artisan Frelda Blacksheep.
Sure, we don't just load it up now.
We do not just take it and leave.
I am not going to be doing any of the speaking, just so you know.
So I will ask somebody if there's anybody that looks like an acolyte or something, if they could let Master Artisan Frelda Blackshield know that I wish to speak with her.
Seeing that you are a fellow clergy member of Fozas, but with slightly different attire, the different locations will have different little effects on it, and not knowing you, if you're part of their church, you would be known to them. So yes, they go get the master artisan, and if she comes out, introduce herself as Master Artisan Ferelda Blackshield, and asks what brought you.
I am Gron Ironhands, and from the town of Fallcrest, I've been trying to rebuild the Temple of Fozas there, and I was told that our anvil is in safekeeping here from when the blood spears ran across the land.
Ah, yes. So you've come to take the anvil back.
That is correct. We hope to bring many more to Fozas' watchful eye.
So she leads you over to where the anvil is.
One of these two here?
It was one of those two. Basically, there was a very large one mounted in the center. The other one is not quite as large. It's a couple of when there's kind of what do I say, a dais. It's a little bit lower on the dais, and she says that a true cleric of Fozas will be able to walk the path.
Okay. Walk the path. I'm sorry. To the anvil.
To take the anvil out of the forge.
Okay. Well, I have.
He says, "Put your trust in the great crafter."
I have no issue with that whatsoever. So I will believe in my faith and walk forward to get the anvil.
Okay. So you approach the anvil, and are you going to try to pick it up?
Well, I pray to Fozas and see if he wants me to pick it up. I say I wish it. I pray to him, letting him know I'm here to bring the anvil to its home, and then I try to pick it up.
So as soon as you grab the anvil, everybody sees the anvil and Gron burst into flame. But Gron appears not to be affected by it.
Oh, damn, I was going to say. Perhaps we need another dwarf. One extra dwarf ghost here in town.
As before you, as you pick up the anvil, and it doesn't. I won't say it's light, but it's definitely not as heavy as you would think it should be.
It feels like a good day's work.
Yeah, it feels like, a nice chunk of steel, not a huge, heavy burden. And in front of you, you notice that there is kind of what looks like a river. You didn't see it before, but it's thick. When I say river, I mean more of a path of molten lava that is on fire that is kind of going before you towards the entrance of the Great Forge.
I follow it.
And you are able, you walk upon, and nobody else sees the magma, although he is definitely on fire and the anvil is on fire. He walks, he kind of every once in a while will take a sharp turn to the left or right, doing some strange maze walking. Other clergy members within the temple kind of move to the side, and kind of, what do I want to say, kind of stand at attention as some type of strange progression that Gron goes through. And then you make it out of the temple without any ill fortune.
All right then.
Put it in the wagon, and Anthony hopes it doesn't burst the wagon on fire.
The master artisan Relda does ask you if you happen to have any lantern or anything such.
I do not have a lantern.
He says if you would procure yourself a lantern and dip it into the great furnace, that it will bestow a property on it to make all fuel last a double amount of time.
Okay. I thank her, and I will do that. Have to see if I still have enough money to do that, but I'll do that.
How much does it cost?
I don't know yet. I'm looking. I do have enough money. It's just that I'm running into the money that I was saving to make myself stuff.
Right.
I've already spent over 1,000 solidi for this trip so far.
How much does it cost?
A candle lantern is 10. An oil lantern is 15.
Yeah, it'd probably have to be the oil lantern.
I'll give you 15 solidari.
All right.
So, Sir Emery, one of the priests of Fozas, looks at you, and you're obviously wearing, your armor dedicated to Czar, and they say, "Oh, did you come early for everything's written completely different. The Festival of the Eye?"
I wasn't aware that you had a festival of the eye. My apologies. I was really just here to help him and not catch on fire if that's possible. Um, but tell me of your festival of the eye. I do like festivals, especially when there's food.
So
Is this a food-centric festival by chance?
not at all.
Ooh. I'm afraid I may not like the words you're about to say.
Let's see. So it's the 14th of December. I was just getting the date.
So in only 10 days.
They say, this Dwarven priest of Fozas tells you that part of the compact between Rhea and Fozas is that the Bloodspear orcs will set up every year on the first day of the year. They will hold the Festival of the Eye. And because within the town and necropolis of Hammerfast that bloodshed is forbidden, they set up a festival outside of the Western Gate, which is the one within the Nentir Vale, the same way that you came in. And the Bloodspear orcs erect a massive pavilion outside, and their champions come from all across the Vale to do ritual combat to establish ranking.
Oh, sounds
And
fascinating.
even though some of the matches are to the death, the majority of them just end up with one combatant being unconscious, and it is a one-on-one. And addition to these duels within the Bloodspear orc to determine who will be leader and what ranks are, because it is by the strongest comes highest in ranking. They also accept challenges from all comers, whether you are a priest or paladin of Zar, a local roughness, or anyone else looking for a fight are welcome to take part. And the festival lasts for a week, and the Bloodspear orcs consider what rank you are as important omens for the coming of the year. Sometimes we even will send priests or paladins and clerics of Fozas to participate, because if any outsider actually wins the festival for the next year, they are able to enter any Bloodspear settlement as if they are a Bloodspear orc.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And because out of character, it's always a long time between plot lines and between characters, and every 2 weeks of playing, the orcs that have taken over the front of Guardmore Abbey are Bloodspear orcs.
Yep, I was thinking exactly that.
As was I. How far out is this festival?
It starts January 1st and ends January 7th.
It's only a couple weeks away, though.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 3 days, but who keeps track? Is this something we're looking at doing?
Well, I know Sir Emery would like to search the abbey, and we've been having issues without having to run through hordes of orcs, right? This would be a way for you to, if you win, I wouldn't mind necessarily entering as well, maybe, so that, in case one or the other of us makes it through, right?
Do not look to me to be joining in. I'm not exactly an exemplar of strength.
I don't necessarily need to. I know that my combat abilities don't match yours. But it could be a good way for you to be able to get into the abbey.
So there is plenty of time to make the trip back, put up the forge, and return for the festival.
Well, perhaps we'll try this festival. It sounds interesting.
Do we need to transfer the furnace back home first, the forge back home first, and whatever you want to call it, and then come back here, or are we kind of holding up in the meantime?
We have time to make it there and back.
Yeah, Gron would not want the anvil to just be in storage or in a wagon, and you've already had it leave the Great Forge. So
Yeah,
returning
if
it
we
would
would've
not
heard
be a
about
good.
this, if we would have heard about this before I picked it up, then maybe we would have made arrangements with them that we would pick it up after the festival. Having already picked it up, I don't want to be like, oh well, Fozas, JK will be taking it back later.
Okay, then let's do this. At this point, we should return back home and then come back
Yeah.
and pay 5 more solidari.
Yeah, sure.
Out of character note, she is not charismatic at all. Just saying.
Well, I'm not really either. Mine was 9 times what you paid to get into this town.
Right. She's minimum mana.
All right. So we travel back.
Okay. So I did want to just mention this map was one that I took a previously existing map and put as background, but I didn't really like how it looked. And then I added everything on top of it.
Nice.
This was using that Incarnate program. Pretty happy with the results. I mean, some of the art styles don't quite fit together, but I think all in all, I liked how I could get some of the Necropolis looking, Anubai Egyptian looking stuff, some normal crypt looking stuff, and that. Okay, so you have that information for the Festival of the Eye that will be held at the January 1st.
Very good.
As you leave Hammerfast, as you pick up Owlbear,
Boy.
the white horse kind of gets a bit upset with you and tries to bite your arm.
Well, I'm not gonna let
And
it bite my arm.
The stable boy says, "Oh, don't mind her. She's just upset because her paladin hasn't returned."
Oh, and who's the owner of this fine creature?
There is there was. We're not quite sure. There was an elf paladin Baldir who said he was going on a quest and needed the horse stabled. Had very, very specific demands to make sure that the horse would be well kept, allowed outside to roam, etc. And he paid enough to keep it here for 20 years.
Oh well,
And you kind of do notice, like at
quite impressive.
this point in the day, there is like a the name is going away and not there. But the people who like shoe horses and trim their hooves and
Farrier.
farriers. That's
Farrier.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So the there is a farrier there who's like doing her hooves and painting them pink
Nice.
and braiding hair and stuff like that. Or the main.
Well, hold on. This horse likes this treatment.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I guess that's quite good. So, and how long is this? Oh, I'm sorry. And the horse's name, the creature's name is what?
The horse is I believe the paladin
Pinkie Pie,
called
perhaps?
her Eldaria.
Eldaria. Very good. And now, just out of character, this the name of the paladin. This isn't like one of the elves we met.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
those were knights.
Okay.
They were elfin knights, and this was an elven paladin.
Same difference, really.
Yep.
Elves would not become paladins. Or actually, I don't think they're allowed to.
No. But yes, you just learned that little tidbit of information.
All right. That's interesting. And how long has the creature been here?
The stable boy yells across to one of the older people. 'Cause, he's quite young, stable boy, and about 9 years ago. But those
Fascinating.
elves are long lived, even more than us dwarves. So who knows what it might just have been a week to him, or a month or something.
That makes sense. Very good. Thank you. Fascinating, really.
Out of character, is elves and elves about the same length of life, or is one more?
Yes.
Obviously, they're the same thing. Gosh.
Yeah, lifespan is the same.
All right. Well, enjoy your time with this magnificent creature.
Let
Eh.
me guess. The creature has actually been here longer than you have?
Well,
Oh
since the
yes.
boy was like 7, probably.
And then you leave. You head back to Fallcrest. Fail. So again, at the it actually it took you a little bit in the morning and that. So if you pushed the light, you could get to the 5 league house before you rested. It's just that it would be dark by the time you get there.
Let's push it.
I'd like to push it myself.
Yeah, better than having the anvil out just in the night.
So you had not stayed in the 5 league house, but it is a large 2-story inn that is surrounded by a large wooden palisade that keeps kind of a common area, a well, a stable, all inside. It was what I say, a total of 5 solidi for the
3 for the lodging and 2 for
is that what it was? 5.
food and drink.
Yeah, but then it was like for the horse and wagon or the ox and wagon
Was 5.
was 5. So that would also be for the Ursagriff because here there aren't any friendly horses, oxen, mules, donkeys, etc. So they would need to keep the Ursagriff a bit away from the others. But that would be 5 solidi also. So 5 to eat and drink, uh, 2 for food, 3 to stay,
Yeah,
5
5
for
the stable.
the stable. Then in the morning, if you want to eat there in the morning, that's an additional 2 solidi. And you head out. And again, past these mountain, or not mountain, large hill area to go over to the plains. And up ahead, okay, so while I set up, if people want to take a short break, they can, now that I actually know who is here.
What was that, Lehman?
Right.
Okay, is Aaron back? Is Bob back?
I'm on mic, but away from keys.
Okay. I heard Joe, I think.
Yes, I'm here.
Bob is here.
Peter. Peter?
I'm here.
Okay. So everybody's here. So as you're going down the road, luckily I had a wagon, but I didn't have an ox. I wasn't prepared for that. But
So, are there extra tokens on the screen?
there is a token in the bottom that I shrank the screen, and therefore it shows up.
I'm seeing a dead Francis and Cassius and Karnak.
Oh, did I do the wrong one?
I see Flynn, me,
I
Ellie,
see all of us, but
Ron.
much larger on the screen is like Chef and Old Man Nicholas and Decimus. So I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
Uh,
I did have an old scene called Road, so that maybe best. That. Does anybody else see that?
That cleared
no.
it for me.
Did that work? You said.
Yes.
Okay.
I see a dead barbarian.
Mhm.
Yeah, down at the bottom. That was the token that doesn't.
Doesn't listen to you.
Yeah, I can't select it. And I didn't want to spend too much time. It's off the map.
Mhm.
So yes, there are. What do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brigands. That luckily you're on plains area, and it's autumn or not autumn. It's winter, but there's still, leaves and twigs and stuff all over. It hasn't really got to a first good snow yet. There still are some leaves, brown and red, such leaves in trees, but there are brigands fast approaching. Let's go ahead and everybody, let me actually combat. Oh, they're started because, like I've mentioned before, Foundry, each scene it will keep track of a combat on the. I use this name. Go ahead and put yourself in combat. Make sure that you're doing whatever stance you want to be in. And then once you do that, you can roll initiative.
No. Okay, let's see. Turn that off. Turn that on. All right, and
I believe I have that Mystic Strength, so I'll turn that off.
yeah.
Huh. Yep. Summary is here.
Once you are finished, remember to hit green.
Oh yeah.
And begin combat. Guys first. Ow.
Fun. Did my initiative simply not make it?
You didn't make it. You did not put yourself into combat.
There it is.
How do you put yourself into combat?
It's a little, it's a sword and shield thing. I forgot that's not.
Right click on your token and then click the lower right side. There's a sword and shield.
Do I need to re-roll initiative then?
Nope. That was this frigate.
Okay, 750-foot range. All right.
There. He is going to throw a battle axe at Sir Emery.
Bad idea, sir.
And that is it's coming at you. You're not quite sure if it would hit you or your armor.
Well, of course, I'm just going to stop it with my shield. Assuming I can find that silly button. Oh, perhaps not.
It will do 1 point of SDC damage for armor.
All right, then.
And then Flynn.
Okay. That guy who's let's see. I need to figure out who I'm targeting. Let's see. Bo's got stupid range, so I'll target that guy. And
Okay.
then I'll fire an arrow at him. Yep.
That is why. Bile.
Yep.
Katunk.
Do any of the group look like they're bowmen?
No, they ran close and threw axes. The one ran close. They are all carrying big axes. A
Okay.
couple of big axes.
Well, I'll target that one right there.
Okay.
Let's see here. So
That will hit.
and this is the first round, first attack.
Okay.
Oh, sniper. Gotcha.
And he is wounded. Alessandria.
Alessandria, she's going to try to cast a paralysis bolt at the one that charged forward.
Okay.
About to make a spell targeting roll. Not great.
Could you put that spell into chat for me? Okay.
Of course, I'm casting at level 1.
So that does not seem like it.
Okay.
This one runs forward, and he's going to throw axe at Flint.
Boy.
And you're not quite sure if that's going to hit or not.
I'm in range stance, so there's not much I can do about it anyway.
Okay.
There's combat points. People either, or does that work on?
That's damage to hit or reduce damage.
Okay.
Reducing the damage might be good.
Okay. All right. So he hit me.
He hit you.
Okay, I will spend a combat point to reduce damage.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find where the combat point is on this specific sheet. Yeah, okay, combat point 1d6.
Well, that was
Oh, gotcha. I have chosen wisely.
yeah, that was well worth it.
Yep. Ah.
Okay, this one's gonna try to throw it at.
Sounds like a bad idea to me.
And that's it's definitely just gonna hit your armor. Very.
Yeah, we'll still just knock it aside.
You knock it aside. Same thing. And you almost laugh as you probably will knock it. You cannot not knock it to the side.
Good.
Your bonuses were higher than what it,
Oh boy.
gonna try to hit big roll
Which big troll?
there. You.
You.
And you is not here. Tongue. He is going to hit Katung. I believe Katung gets auto
Dodge.
dodge.
So let's see.
And dodges. Gonna do the same thing. Oh wait, this is. Oh yeah,
He's-
yeah, because this is the one that you hit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, it looks pretty easy, but go ahead and give me a dodge. You barely dodged. Right. Throw his. That. This is. You're not sure if it's going to hit you or your armor. And a tie goes to defenders.
Quick hits the shield.
Gron!
Sorry, I was hitting the wrong button. You're gonna back me up, right, Sir Emery?
Suppose maybe.
That will attack with my new hammer.
That is going to hit. And since he doesn't have a weapon out right now, he cannot attempt to parry. You wound it.
And I yell for them to surrender or Fozas will smite them. Sir Emery.
So then Katunk.
Nope,
I am going to.
it should have been Sir Emery's turn.
No.
He's after me.
It
Oh.
skipped right past.
Yeah.
You're right. It
Yeah,
It
it
ended
just
on
was.
him and then skipped.
went right past him. Okay, yes, Sir Emery.
Well, I suppose we're just going to charge.
So you can hit both the what is it, the horsemanship and the charge button for this first attack.
Very good. Oh, I mean, Grant's definitely got that dude. So maybe he just needs to kind of go here in the middle. You kind of charge past and get this dude here.
Which one? Okay.
I think this guy. Try to knock them all down. So, all right. So see again. I'm going to click on a horsemanship and hand to hand. Okay, so I got hand to hand already, and
Yep.
then I think.
And then there should be one that is...
C.
Oh, sorry. The C, I think, is when you do your large sword. There's the one that says C.
Yes.
So that is...
So I'm going to try that one. Let's see what this does. It might have missed.
That might...
Hold on, a d20 plus 0 plus 1.
That
Really?
That's... No,
That doesn't seem right.
that may be... Oh, it's mainly a damage thing, not a...
But my usual attack is just a plus 1?
Yep. You don't get a
Let me
strike.
just double check.
No, it gives you a weapon.
Okay, so it should have been a 13.
It's going to hit armor. They're wearing... let's see, it's weaker than yours, but not by...
I'm going to have to edit this. Melee attack. How do I add? Damn it. It doesn't matter. The weapon proficiency bonus, the thing that it's missing.
Mhm.
Oh well. Okay.
So go ahead and do damage, because you're still going to do damage.
There it is.
Okay. So you did some.
To his armor. Very good.
Now it's Katunk.
Okay. I'm shooting the same one I shot before.
Okay. That's going to hit armor. Roll damage.
Does sniper come into play when you're hitting armor?
Okay, then you can pass it. Gron.
Okay. So I will hit the same guy.
That is going to hit. Okay.
I got a little bit. Okay, my movement is not showing up correctly. I think I had like 5 more feet of movement.
Are you on the ruler or are you on the?
No, he's on the movement.
Yeah, it's just not turning. Oh wait, wow! I had. No, it's giving me my full movement again for some reason, even though it's my second attack. Oh no, it's not.
No, it's in brackets.
Yeah, I didn't move as far as I thought I did.
Yeah, you moved about 30 feet.
I'll move up to that one.
Okay. And then Sir Emery.
Well, let's try again on this brigand chap. I'll turn off my horsemanship thing because I don't. It's only on the charge, right?
You can keep the one. You wouldn't use the charge. You would use
Just a regular attack.
the regular attack. Yeah.
Nope.
So that
Turns
will
out
hit
I'm,
armor. But
all right, fine then. Turns out this is a bit more of a naughty show with people taking their clothes off and such.
and Katunk.
Same guy. Haha.
That will hit. Okay, so we are at the end of the round. So there's actually no spell effects. So you don't have to worry about that. Just if you're switching stances, switch stances. Otherwise, go ahead and give me initiative, and then when you're all ready, you turn yourself.
Wow.
I don't see my initiative roll. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Everybody rolls. Okay. First up, switch weapon to another two-handed axe. Try to hit Sir Emery, and it's another really close. Whether or not are hit, not going to clear.
Perhaps I am going to be hit.
and you are wounded. His axe bites.
That sucks.
Ick.
This. Ooh, this one's gonna hit also. On look, just to remind, did you want to take any of that damage off?
With a
I think
combat point.
Yep, I can spend a point to do that. And how do I do that again?
Just roll the d6 combat die.
Got it. Nice. You can only spend one to do that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And go ahead and try to do parry. And
There
you
we go.
parried. It was really, really, really close. Parry was better. Here. He is going to swing at Gron. That's going to hit your armor.
I'll go ahead and try to parry. Nope.
So your armor, you have the heavy armor, right?
Yeah.
So you take 2 SDC damage.
Oh, damn. That would have almost put me on the ground.
And then it's Sir Emery's turn. Oh, throw in Owlbear, remember. Take of the combat.
About that. All right, Albert. Oh, it's just
You put
I'm
him
on.
into the tracker.
that. Oh yeah.
Ooh, you stinky kitty.
Okay. Now, Sir Emery can.
Okay. So he's going to beat the snot out of this dude right in front of him. Can. Man, we are just not hitting today, are we?
Yeah, that's going to hit armor.
Oh wait. There's the damage.
Okay, I was like, I don't think
What?
you could do that damage if you wanted to. Okay. Gron.
I'm gonna hit this guy.
That's going to hit armor.
We can spend combat points to try to up this.
Yes.
I'll try that. See if it. What kind of armor does it look like they're wearing?
It looks like it's just. It looks somewhat equivalent to Sir Emery.
Oh, so they got really good armor.
Yes, they have good armor. These are well-equipped brigands, and that actually, it has meaning.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
Somebody doesn't want this forge to get back.
So I just did damage.
Armor. Okay. Elisandria. If you Ron moves it, passes.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna try for another paralysis bolt, level 1 at the this guy right here.
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
And it's not worth it to spend on it.
He's gonna come up and he's gonna try to slice at Albert.
Oh, don't you
He's
dare!
gonna hit Albert wants to dodge, he'll have to attack. And it's a solid hit, I'll tell you.
Well, I think Albert's gonna have to try dodging. Ooh,
Albert not dodge.
no, I didn't think so.
I'll took his one extra away. Albert took some damage. Back Gron. Gonna hit Gron.
I will attempt to parry.
You exactly parried. Katunk.
1 on Owlbear.
Okay.
Ooh.
That will hit armor. Yeah, does not do damage.
Yep.
Yeah, hitting you can't. One is not an automatic failure.
Okay.
Owlbear.
Albert's pissed. Albert bite. Albert misses.
But hits armor.
Probably doesn't damage it.
And then you can pass it to Flynn.
There he goes.
Joe.
All right. Let's see. I switched out to my hammer, so let's see. Yep. I got plenty of space to run up here. And let me switch my target on my attack. Push the target there. Make sure I'm hitting the right button. Let's see.
That's going to do damage. Armor.
Can I do a combat point to up that?
If you wish to, yes.
Yeah. As much as it might be nice to save them for defense, you know, if they're
Oh, nope, not quite enough. You were within range. I would have said something if
yep, okay.
you do a point of armor.
Yeah, I figured I was close. So
Sir Emery.
All right. We're gonna do this again. Ew. You know what? I think I'm gonna try the combat point thingy too.
Okay.
See what happens here.
That hits. That's what
Very good.
That's what it does. Wounded. The brigand.
Very good. Well, looks like pretty severely.
Yes. So you can pass it to Gron. Gron's.
I shall continue to try to waylay said brigand.
That hits. Wound the brigand. Pass it along to Katunk.
Same one. God.
Armor damage. Does some armor damage. Then if you pass it to yourself, you can go again.
Hit one. There we go.
There, yep.
Critical success is double.
Yep.
Yep.
And you just shoot him and he drops. Okay, go ahead and if you're switching stances, switch stances. Mentally switch weapons if you want to get the weapon switch. And then roll
Oh.
initiative.
Lehman, what are your damage types?
As in,
So apparently my hammer is listed as cut.
oh, it's nothing. That's for a different system.
Okay,
I don't have. You just ignore that.
gotcha.
Apparently, the only thing I'm rolling well at is initiative.
Rolled absolutely miserably my last two initiatives.
And everybody is ready, so we will go to the third round. Okay, one. Go swing at. And probably, you think that all you have to do is kind of move your shield just a little bitty bit. You
There it is.
parried. One wounded and attacking Gron. This one's probably going to hurt Gron.
I'll attempt to parry it.
Gets through your defense.
I'll reduce it with a combat point.
Okay. And you are wounded. This and he is going to bring the pain.
Damn it. That probably ain't going to stop it.
Nope.
And combat point probably won't help, will it?
It'll reduce some damage.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what we're going to have to do. I'll go ahead and spin it now, because... that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
Remory, the glass tank.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. Is he a pessimist or an optimist? Is the tank
Sir,
half empty or half full?
Emery slumps over on Owlbear. Flynn.
Taking a swing at the guy I swung at before. Oh, I'll spend the combat point again, cause it's so close. I know I just need to bump up a couple points and let's see. What's coming?
That'll hit.
All right.
Don't wound him, but really close.
Yeah, I see that.
Throw down. Alessandria.
Let's try again on this bolt. Paralysis bolt.
Which one? Okay.
Be nice if we could take one alive and interrogate him.
That's gonna miss.
I am gonna try to spend the combat point.
It won't do anything.
Okay.
Save it. This one, step over and Flynn. Flynn, that's gonna hit you.
Oh, and my parry, of course, crit failed. Yay.
You want to reduce damage?
Yes, I want to reduce damage. And it's probably not going to be enough, but well, hey,
You couldn't have less.
Yep.
I don't know if you moved it.
I was moving something else at the time, so yeah. Okay.
And
Oh wow.
Flynn knocked
Jeez.
Owlbear.
All right, Albert, let's see what you can do. You're the only dude. You're our only hope. That bear's gonna over here and bite a dude. Nope.
He doesn't want to claw.
Wow.
Wait, the claw is better.
These guys are medium sized.
Oh, then there's a grab attack. Wasn't even paying attention to that. Oh well.
Oh, wow.
You can do armor damage.
No, it can't.
Gron.
Hit the guy I just wounded.
Oh,
Nope.
no, he didn't. Can't have critical
When I
hit me.
move, I can't be here.
You can do armor damage.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Want to move around these guys down here. Kind of shoulder to shoulder with their there.
Okay. And Katunk.
Shooting that guy right there.
Okay. Gonna hit armor.
I'll use a combat point.
Okay. That does not hit. Those armor damage.
Okay.
Okay. Conscious. Owlbear.
Rawr. Owlbear's gonna bite that dude again.
Or claw.
Or claw. There it is. Claw that guy.
Gonna hit
Claws
armor.
are better, but still not awesome enough to even damage the armor.
So maybe the karma of his owners rubs off on him.
Yeah, I would say.
Alright, I will swing on this brigand next to Owlbear. Nope.
Wow. Katunk.
Same one.
Turned against us.
Gonna hit armor. That's still gonna hit armor. Ooh. Down. Pass it yourself.
Third time's the charm. Nope.
Oh nope. That's don't waste a combat point on that
Yeah.
armor. Okay, we're at the bottom of round, so everybody go ahead and conscious stuff that you do.
Ha, ha, ha.
Okay, this one. Oh.
Bastard.
Go for Katunk. And you think you could easily auto dodge. So now you can move away.
I can still shoot, right?
Nope, you can move away.
Okay.
And I would just suggest as far as you can because he's already moved. So hopefully, won't go.
Yep.
Till it turns red.
Problem is, my map is moving and I can't see where I'm moving to.
Did you just want to move your max range? Hit Control Z because you're like half off the map right.
Okay.
Did you just want to move max range and I can?
Yeah, go ahead. Down.
Like here?
Yeah, that'll work.
So then you can pass it to Gron.
Alright, let's see if we can do better. Hope we can't.
Okay. And that's going to hit Gron.
All right, I'll try to parry.
You parried. Try to hit Owlbear. Gonna hit Owlbear.
Poor Owlbear.
Owlbear takes damage. This one.
No, don't kick the baby.
I think the baby can take it more than the rest of us can.
And it bounces off fur. Alessandria.
Alessandria is targeting the guy who attacked Katunk.
So this one.
After you do your thing, you might want to move a little further away from him.
Trust me, that was part of the plan.
Okay.
Should I be spending a combat pool?
Nope. It resists. It hit, but it. Owlbear.
All right, reach out to touch someone.
Which one?
That's I think this guy probably. He's the only guy I can see. I think
There's
some of those
you got 3 of them under your token. If I move your token.
Oh yeah. Okay. The weakest looking one.
This-
Yeah, the one bleeding the most. So maybe this one.
The one, yeah, the one in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's taking some armor damage too.
Okay.
I assume that 19 hit.
Yes, it did.
I think we determined the armor damage isn't going to do much. This is heavy armor.
Right, but we
Okay.
still have to damage it because it's damaged.
Because if one of you wants to wear some medium armor, it's going to be some damaged armor.
Truth.
Go ahead and move off of Owlbear. Get to Katunk. Katunk can go.
Man, these brigands are fighting to the death.
Yeah, they
Losers.
are.
Dummies.
They're fighting to the death, and they're in better armor than Brigand should be in.
Lehman,
Yes.
that one right there.
Okay. That's going to hit armor. Gron.
Oh, I hit. That's
Okay.
the guy that's right above me or whatever.
Yeah, the guy that's not injured.
Do I roll it twice or just
Nope.
roll it once?
Nope. It's doubled.
No. Well, could have been better, but okay.
You wounded him.
Yield, damn you!
And then Owlbear.
Suddenly, the one in front of me is the most wounded.
All right. Well, Owlbear's gonna claw that guy then.
Okay, one moment.
Never mind. Go to Kentucky.
Shooting the wounded one. There we go.
I believe there are 2 wounded.
Well, I clicked on that one.
Okay. That hits. Owlbear can roll his damage.
It might have hurt some armor.
Yep. And Katunk.
Did Owlbear kill that guy?
You did.
Owlbear did
Owlbear's-
armor.
Yeah, Owlbear's just picking at his armor.
Well, I shot and killed him then.
Yes. But it's your turn again. You're the last one to go.
Well, I thought that was my third.
I think it was.
Oh, he rolled. It did armor, so you can roll damage for armor.
Me?
Oh, he moved once, so that was 3 actions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There was 3 actions for me.
So go ahead and everybody can.
No.
Probably 45 minutes.
Oh no.
Alessandria tried paralyzed. He felt last. That's gonna hit.
I haven't actually used my action yet, so I could potentially dodge. Is that correct?
Yes, it's just gonna be very, very hard for you to do anything.
But is it very, very hard to try to do that, or nearly impossible to survive the hit for a squishy type?
This is a bad situation. I will just say that this is a very, very bad situation.
So I'm best off trying to dodge and then spending combat points to soak as much as I can.
And then
Yeah.
you won't move.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to have an action,
So that
That
does
is
not
not
dodge.
Had I
You are
neglected to
wounded,
look-
but somehow you did not fall.
Did I neglect to heal up my shock point earlier?
No, he just took the stuff off.
Okay.
And the correct thing is shock point.
Yes. Yes. And awesome that I'm still up. Cool.
Katunk.
That one right there.
Click on the hand to get rid of the action.
Yes. That's gonna hit.
For a whole heck of a lot.
Wounded it. Friggin' has been wounded. Gron.
I will attack the one. There's only one up here with us, right?
Yes. You think a combat point would help.
All right. We'll spend a combat point.
Easy.
And you hit.
Sorry, flipping pages.
Oops, wrong. There we go. Owlbear.
All the ones around him are down. There's one all the way down here.
That one's mine.
I'm sure he can get there.
Yep. Sir Emery's flopping around in the saddle.
Yeah, I was just
Yep.
reaching. I was just reaching out
There
to
you
heal
go.
Sir Emery.
There we
Then
go.
He ran away.
Owlbear
Fuck you.
comes and runs up behind this guy,
And he says, "Fuck you,
grabs
bad guy,
him
you're
in
dead now."
his paws, and like rips him in two. 30 points of damage.
Jeez.
About time you do something cool, Albert.
Okay.
Well, I'll be taking their armor for scrap if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. There was 7, and they actually had splint armor.
What were their weapons?
Their weapons were two-handed, medium two-handed battle axes.
Are ones broken or are sixes broken?
Let's see. A 1 means it can't be found. A 6 means it is broken.
Okay. So I lost.
Side on this one.
I lost 2 arrows.
So I heal the unconscious people.
Okay. So, who do you want to start with first?
Well, Flynn's next to me. That'll be the first thing I do is walk over. I still had an action this turn. So
Okay.
I heal Flynn.
So, how many points is that?
My heal base touch is just 2. Is it level? Is that
It's your level, I believe.
Yeah, so 2.
There we go. Okay. Why is he going
I shoved my hand
dead?
through his chest. I'm sorry, Flynn.
So, Flynn, make 2 out of 3
Death saves.
death. This is
Mystical or normal?
this is mystically healed.
Mystically healed. Well, I made 2 out of 3.
You make 2 out of 3, and the anvil glows with light, and you do not take a permanent injury.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I've got one character who's got 5 already, so
I whistle Owlbear over. Come here, boy. Bring him back. I don't want to chase him around.
Okay.
So I heal Sir Emery next.
Okay. And you said your base was a 2?
All right. Okay. My hit point total didn't change, so
Oh, sorry, I forgot. There you go.
okay.
Oh. You'll have to heal Sir Emery twice.
All right.
No, sorry. You said 2. Sir Emery, roll versus coma and death. 2 out of 3 times.
All right.
Mystically healed.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. So you come to as well and do not have to. Oh, that's. Yes, you do not have to worry about having a permanent injury.
Oh, very good.
Does.
Knowledge, religion, I don't have.
Okay. That might be something to
I'm more of a hands
figure out.
Yeah, more of a hands-on worker than anything else.
Yes, there are various armors. Does any medium person want the medium armor?
Oh, let's see. It's split mail. You
Yes.
said, so that counts as heavy armor.
It's
Yes.
medium. Oh,
Medium heavy.
Medium heavy.
Well, let's see. I'm a type 2 armor, so that would be like, well, I'm tier 2, so that would slow me down.
It.
Let's see.
It gives you a
Yeah.
-2 movement and a -40 prowl. That's what you have to determine. I think that's.
Oh, -2 movement, -40 prowl. I'm a bounty hunter. That's.
Are you a sneaky bounty hunter, or are you a whop 'em on top of the head bounty hunter?
What do
I
you
may
think?
sneak up
It's
to them
no, we're
and then
talking about, dude.
I may sneak up to them and then hit them on top of the head.
Okay, and you also find 8 silver coins and 253 copper coins and 1 gold coin.
A lot of money.
Yeah, more than brigands would have.
Yeah.
But no identifying, nothing on them for identification or.
Yes, they all have as you strip them of armor and such. They all have a pin clasp that is in the form of a raven or crow or something.
Is there some kind of skill check that would be recognizing what that is?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Not even heraldry.
Nope.
Okay.
So I asked
Streetwise?
people. He said no skill. So I asked people to strip the armors and stuff and put it into the cart. And while that's going on, every other minute I'm healing people.
Okay.
Hey, Lehman,
Yes.
Under Streetwise, it says trying to find secret organizations such as thieves or assassins guilds.
Yes, I understand that. There is
Okay.
no way anybody would know what this raven.
Yes. We'll have to find people who know about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, but what if I really just want Lehman to tell me what it is?
Then I will say that this is an organization that started yesterday, so there's no knowledge about them.
See, we just got new information.
Mhm. They've got really good resources for a group that started yesterday, but
Lehman, I'd like to keep one of those.
Okay. There are 7 of them. So within the next, it take you, what it was 1 to get there, 1 to get there, 2, so 4 more days. You return to Fallcrest. You are able to put the Anvil of Crafting into the Shrine of Fozas.
I am supposing that somewhere in those 4 days I heal up.
I said I was.
He
healing.
said he can heal every other minute until everybody is.
okay.
Everybody
Except for me.
except for him, yes. So you have to, if you're wounded, you have to figure out the first 2 days are half days or half heal base,
I
and then there
can
would
also use
be
medicine on you.
2 days after that at full heal base.
Round down.
Yes.
But if I wasn't wounded, then it's not a big deal.
You were fine. I healed everybody else up to full. I am the only one that has to do it over time.
Correct. So you can just give yourself full hit points, full shock.
When you're wounded, does it make a difference? Oh, never mind. 4 days I'm fully healed.
Well, it was 2 days that were half and 2 days that were full heal base.
Right, which is a total of 14 for me, and I didn't take 14. I took
Okay.
14.
And for the record, I think Lehman rolled like crap when he rolled the damage against me.
Yeah, it was the lowest damage I rolled for their.
Yeah. Did one of them happen to roll max damage against me?
There were some pretty tough
Yeah.
ones that even with like the 6, I mean, like when you were rolling the 6 to subtract damage, that still
Yeah.
was high, but this, it
Yeah.
helped.
But yeah, I mean, that was. Do you mind me saying what the actual numbers were for how much damage they did with? Or,
They were all doing 20s, low 20s.
yeah.
So,
So-
Lehman, how much?
Except for the one that hit Alessandria.
Yeah.
Do we
I
know
mean-
how much the money lender charges to change a coin into other types?
It would be 10% of its worth before the. Like if you gave it a gold, it's normally 200 solidi, so it would be 190.
180.
Oh, sorry, 180. Yes.
So everybody, after doing that, everybody would get 166 solidi. Each of you can have 1 silver coin, and then which is 50 of that, and then 116 copper.
One silver, 115 or 116?
116 copper and 1 silver.
Okay, so you make it back to Fallcrest. And you get back on 21st.
Yeah.
And we will go ahead and end it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Lehman, I'm gonna start working on a shield for myself.
Okay.
Good night, boys and girls.
Good night.
Good night.